Welcome to Manor Farm, a place where animals are fed up with humans due to the actions of their alcoholic owner, Mr. Jones. One night, Mr. Jones' prize bore old Major summons the animals together to share an important message.
Fellow animals, we have all suffered for far too long. I've seen visions in my sleep of a future where the tyranny of a man no longer exists. No more whips, no more exertion, nor starvation. In order to achieve this, we must work together, hand in hand, as comrades and overthrow the human race. Listen, as I will teach you the song I wrote titled Anthem Beasts of England.
A few days later, Old Major passes away peacefully, and in the months that follow, the animal prepare for rebellion. The pigs who are now literate have turned Old Major's teachings into a new system of thought called animalism.
They work hard to teach animalism to the other animals. Most get it, but some struggle. While Moses and his stories about the afterlife and Sugar Candy Mountain don't help at all. The day of the rebellion came sooner than expected. One day, Mr. Jones and his men forgot to feed the animals, and by nightfall, the animals are already starving and furious. So they break into the store shed and help themselves to the grain. But Mr. Jones and his men bear down on the animals with whips. This is the last straw. The animals respond violently, driving away every human in Manor Farm, even Moses and Mrs. Jones.
The animals take control of the farm, turn the farmhouse into a museum, and renamed the farm Animal Farm. Snowball, one of the two cleverest pigs, inscribes the 7 commandments of animalism on the barn, though not that many animals can read it except then it's time to get the work done. The pigs started to run the farm and began with milking the cows, harvesting the sweet frothy milk, which miraculously disappeared before the other animals could taste. Being the smart ones, the pig do most of the supervising. They even held Sunday meetings where the two alpha pigs, Napoleon and Snowball, discussed about the future of the farm, though it was more of a debate than a formal discussion.
Let's do this!
That's stupid. Let's do this instead.
Soon, the pigs set up their headquarters in the harness room. They also simplified the 7 commandments, making it easier to understand. 4 legs good, 2 legs bad. When 9 puppies were born, Napoleon took on the role of caring for them alone. Meanwhile, the mystery of the missing milk is solved when the pigs' secret storage was caught. According to the pigs, however, they needed all the milk and apples to maintain their health.
News of the rebellion spread across the countryside. Soon the animals everywhere are singing Beasts of England, and it's driving the human nuts. When Mr. Jones and his friends attack the farm to try and take it back, the animals are already ready for him. Snowball leads the attack, and the men were defeated.
Victory! This day will forever be known as the Battle of the Cowshed. Hooray! Hey, not cool. When it comes for the animals to vote on it, Napoleon has the last word. He summons 9 ferocious dogs to his side with a whistle.
Sick 'em, boys.
Snowball ran away and is never seen again, and the Sunday meetings are now abolished. From now on, the pigs will decide what's best for the farm and give orders to the animals. 3 weeks later, Napoleon announces that the windmill idea will go ahead. Apparently, it was his idea all along.
The windmill thing was my idea, and that darn Snowball tried to take the credit for it. Believe me, comrades.
The construction of the windmill started to went underway, and it's a good thing that they have boxers. He's like 3 horses in one. When the farm runs short on supplies, Napoleon starts to trade with the humans to raise money. And to bypass the commandment, he employed a lawyer that will act as an intermediary. By now, the humans started to vaguely respect Animal Farm and withdrawn their supports of Mr. Jones. Also started forming trade with the mysterious neighbor. One day, the pigs moved into the farmhouse. A minor adjustment to the 4th commandment get them around the rules against it.
Few months later, a violent storm destroyed the windmill, but Napoleon snips out sabotage.
After putting a bounty on Snowball's head, Napoleon orders for the reconstruction of the windmill.
When a food shortage threatens the entire farm, Napoleon orders increased food production for trade. When the hens rebel against the outrageous new egg quota, 9 of them sadly lose their lives. In other news, Napoleon spoke about a new conspiracy involving Snowball.
It turns out that Snowball has sold himself to Mr. Frederick of Pinchfield Farm. That whistle. What's worse, he was in league with Mr. Jones from the beginning, even during the Battle of the Cowshed. That to Snowball comrades.
4 legs good, 2 legs bad. A few days later, Napoleon starts publicly executing Snowball's alleged conspirators. It's execution by dog attack, and the only animal to survive is Boxer thanks to his giant iron hooves. This clearly goes against a major teachings. But the 6 commandments was secretly ordered. I know.
Minimus write a poem in his honor. His portrait is painted, his security is further beefed up, and the windmill, when it's finally completed, will be named Napoleon Mill. Napoleon strikes a surprise deal with Mr. Frederick, with Mr. Frederick ending up betraying Napoleon with fake banknotes and attacked Animal Farm. A fierce battle ensues and the windmill is blown to pieces, with many animal casualties, and even Napoleon himself got injured. But they narrowly managed to defeat the humans in what becomes known as the Battle of the Windmill.
Hooray! Napoleon is awarded yet another medal, and the pigs enjoy a whiskey bender in the farmhouse. After he recovers from a filthy hangover, Napoleon orders manuals on how to brew alcohol. And that's all fine, because the 5th commandment clearly reads that no animal shall drink alcohol to excess. The following winter is bitter and cold. The animals suffer from empty bellies, but Squealer proves them otherwise.
Napoleon is unanimously elected president of Animal Farm once again. But unfortunately, news erupts as our beloved comrade Boxer collapses in the field. When the pigs organize a van to pick him up, it turns out that Boxer was actually sold to a slaughterhouse rather than admitted to a vet. That is unless you believe Squealer.
Years pass, and the animal farm expands and becomes better organized. Napoleon's windmill is functioning well, but it's used to mill corn for profit, not to make electricity for the animals' ease and comfort as promised. Few animals now remember the rebellion, Snowball or Boxer, but they all retain the pride in the farm and the faith in old Major's vision. All except Benjamin, of course, that cynical donkey.
One day, Clover raises the alarm. The pigs are now walking with 2 legs. Napoleon is now carrying a whip. The sheep have a new song, and the 7 commandments have now been replaced with become. All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others.
The farmers applauded while the animals could only watch in horror. The name sounds eerily familiar, but none of them can remember.
Oh my, what a tragedy! Is this really the future Major had envisioned for them? Napoleon and the other pigs turned into the very thing they sought to destroy. And in the end, we could only hope that the rest of their story will end with a happy ending.
Родины идти вперед по пути социалистического обновления.